In this video, we're going to talk about the layers and the layer palette. So the layers palette, we can kind of see over on the right side, where it generally is in Photoshop. The layers palette looks like a couple of stacked layers. It's kind of located over here with the artboards palette, which we'll talk about later. And if you hover over it, it'll tell you what tool it is. So when I click on it, it'll usually come out and we can kind of see that I only really have one layer that I'm working on. And if I want to create a new layer, all I have to do is come down here and I can come to the plus sign to create a new layer. I can also create a new sub layer, which is Illustrator's version of kind of creating folders and moving layers into folders. Illustrator doesn't have folders. It actually builds everything much like it would folders and subfolders. So we can kind of see that this already has a little drop down and it shows us what's in here. It has my picture of my dark violet square and then my drippy square. And I can toggle to the left of it and I can toggle on and off the visibility, as well as I can lock the entire layer so that you can kind of see my icon is telling me that I can't move it and I can't do anything to there. And then when I unlock it, you can see I can move those around. I click the little drop down. You can see that it shows me the different things that are on here. Here's my dark rectangle, and here is my light rectangle. And as I click on it, you can see that in the layers, it kind of circles it kind of so that we know what we're working on. And since this object is a group of multiple objects, it actually has its already automated subgroup. And you can see that it's built up of a variety of different pieces. And if I want to lock a particular object on that layer, but keep other parts open, I can. We can see I can no longer touch and move this group, but the rectangle on the left, I can move. You just have to be conscious about what elements you're working on. And if I want to name any specific things so that I don't care if this is just a rectangle, but maybe I want to rename the drip group so that I know what combination that is, that might be helpful. And I can double click onto that and I can rename these into different layers. If I want to create a new layer, I'm going to, let's see, we'll make a sphere into this, a circle, I mean, since it is flat. And so I added this circle and it's on its separate layer. So when I hide the other layer, you can see it's hidden and I can hide that layer or show it visible. One way we can tell what the layers are, and I'm going to zoom in even closer, is that the layer color will show up in every object that you create. The paths and the anchor will have that layer color. So my layer 2 is red, and my layer 1 is blue. And we can see those layers here over in the side, and it'll show those colors according to the layers. And that's some of the many options that we have with the layers and layer palette.